Here with the Alchemist, Rob Acosta. It was good, Rob.
What's up, man?
Big night of boxing.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Big night of boxing. Where you want to start, Rob?
We can start wherever you want to start. There's a lot to talk about.
All right, Terence Crawford defeats...
Now you just want to jump straight to Terence.
I'm just saying, he was the main event.
You just want all the motherfuckers to hate me.
He was the main event.
All right, so good.
Defeats Israil Madrimov. Scorecards were, I think, 115, 113, and 116, 112.
Yeah.
Doubled up on the 115, 113. Mm-hmm. Me, I had it 8-4.
Okay.
Crawford.
You had it 8-4 Crawford?
Yeah. You had some dudes that's calling robbery. You got some dudes that's saying...
A robbery?
Yeah. Surprisingly. Mm-hmm. But, and you got some dudes saying that that the blueprint's out on Crawford now. Mm. And that age has caught up to him. Mm. What's your thoughts?
All right. First and foremost... shout out to Team Crawford, and it was a solid game plan. It's a couple of things I'm gonna address. One, I had a 7-5. I had a 7-5 for Crawford, but the only reason why I didn't even give it a draw was only because of that 12th round. That 12th round, Crawford came out blazing like the fourth quarter, so it was a good joint for him. I like a lot of things that the game plan that Crawford was doing. You know, Bo Mac had a nice little strategy going on in between the rounds. So I think it was dope. But there was nothing spectacular that I saw in Crawford that night that I can see some of the young potential fighters up and coming, amateurs, even boxing analysts that watch styles to say, I like that move, I want to try that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really see any of that. I thought that I do believe, and I still stand firmly on it, you can't eat your way up to the next weight class. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Like, I know that he came in 153 and he had pants. He had pants on when he stepped on the scale. So, in other words, in a weird way, you kind of had a difficult time making 154 flat. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody was coming down from, like, say, like 68 to make 54, and they made 154 in the money, that means they gradually came down to make the weight. He came up from 47 or whatever his walk-around weight was to make 54, but then he went to 53, which means it's kind of like, weight clothes on.
No, but you got to remember the weigh-in is done.
I get that.
Early.
I get all that. But still, he still came in at 153. You know what I'm saying? So most people, they will come in under 54, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But he did look good at the weigh-in, though. Like, he looked lean. He looked, his shoulders was big and shit like that. But to backtrack going up to 68 for the Canelo fight, leave that shit the fuck alone immediately. We'll address that, but I'm just saying, but overall, I still think he did a good performance. You know what I mean? I just didn't see... He did a good performance for his debut at 54 against the caliber of opponent that he had. You know what I mean? But his power didn't come with him. Like, it didn't carry from 47 up to 54. The guys that he's fighting are going to be heavier. They're going to come down from a heavier weight class. They're going to be just different guys, bro. Like, you're not going to be able to knock everybody out. So,
was that the most glaring thing? The power?
No, not necessarily. Yeah, he did look like he looked fast and sharp in the beginning, but as the rounds carried, he kind of like faded a little bit and then picked it back up. But what was crazy is that when he started to slow down just slightly, just a little stupid shit like he was doing, like mechanical wise, and he woke back up in that corner, he came out blazing. Like, he's like, I'm fighting, but that's the dog in him. You know what I'm saying? That's not a physical, or condition wise. Like, you gonna go out there and be like, all right, now I'm gonna give him my all. No, that's the dog in him. Like, he's a dog. He ain't a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely a dog. But aside from his performance, how you pronounce the guy's name?
Madrimov.
All right, so Madrimov, like, he gave him a lot of things to look at. He gave him the in and outs. He gave him a lot of feints. He gave him a lot of surprising shots, and that goes from his amateurs and how he saw numerous styles. So he gave Crawford a lot of things to look at. Just don't be surprised that after this fight, Crawford goes back, views the tape, and says, "Okay, I got to get better in these angles," which every fighter does. So I expect Crawford to come back a little bit more wiser against guys to that caliber, but you can't stop age from happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna get older. We don't know the next time he's gonna fight, and he could slowly, start breaking down. You know what I mean? He just got to be very selective on what he chooses from here on out.